Hallux rigidus is a fancy way of saying arthritis at the ball of your foot. In this video, I'll explain it in more detail and answer why military veterans frequently suffer from hallux rigidus. My name is Dr. David Geier, triple board certified orthopedic surgeon, sports medicine specialist, and anti-aging and regenerative medicine expert. I help veterans by writing Nexus letters that argue that your orthopedic injuries are connected to your military training and service so you can get the compensation you deserve. Hallux rigidus is a degenerative disease of the first metatarsophalangeal joint, essentially the ball of the foot. This is the first metatarsal, and it's this bone right there. And what happens is you get bone spurs at this joint and narrow joint space that leads to significant pain and significant loss of motion. That joint gets very, very stiff. And it's very common for that to happen as the result of foot and ankle trauma as the cause, and that leads to it. And that's where a lot of times this is potentially an issue for veterans. It's not something that typically is going to manifest while you're in service, but a traumatic injury to the foot that leads to a lot of stress at that ball, again, of the ball of the ball of the foot. I don't know how well this is, but right there, it can be an injury there. It could be a lot of wear and tear over time from marches and rucking, especially with heavy weights. Could be maybe you have a pre-existing what we call hallux valgus, a bunion deformity, and I've done videos on that on my channel before. The combination of boots may play a role, but then that joint gets painful. It gets stiff, essentially an arthritic condition that's called hallux rigidus. And that very often, again, it won't manifest right while you're in the military typically, but in the years after, depending on your records and depending on your activities while you were in service, that is usually fairly straightforward to link to military as primary to military service. Sometimes it can be secondary to other conditions in the foot and ankle. That would be really a discussion with the person writing your letter, and again, based a little bit on your conditions and injuries and what your medical records show. But at least in my experience, it's a fairly straightforward orthopedic argument to make to link it to military service. All right, if you have ideas for topics for future videos for this channel, whether it's injuries like this or risk factors for injuries or the specifics of the Nexus letter or DBQ process or really anything else, leave those ideas in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, click the bell to be notified when I release a new video. If you're interested in a Nexus letter for your injury or condition, click the link in the description below this video and you can learn more about working with me and working with my team. We try to make the process as easy as possible for you and as quick as possible. And I really try hard to write a Nexus letter that gives you the best chance of success in your disability claim. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to helping you much more.